Hi, everybody. I thought it's about time I did another testimonials because every single time I speak to somebody who's bought one of the magic wands, they tell me these amazing testimonials. I'll say, come and say it on record. Come and say it on the, on an interview, not an interview, but a chit chat. People are quite shy, and that's okay. But we've quickly jumped on tonight, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 amazing, beautiful women with me. I've got another 1 or 2 might be jumping on. We're only going to do a quickie. Gina, let's start with you, darling. What are your testimonials for the magic wand, my lovely?
Right. Okay. So I first came across the magic wand maybe about 3 months ago now, maybe back in July. Read a little bit about it, got in touch with you, and intuitively I knew that I had to have it. I just knew that it worked without even really doing a lot of research. It was a pure gut instinct. So got it, started charging my water, been drinking the water and my tea and coffee now, charging that as well. I started off with just the basic protocol, palms, almost want to do that thing we used to do at school with the palms and the head. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, under the breath. Anyway, and first, do you remember that? And
yeah, we're showing our age now, aren't we? We're showing our age.
I know. And then all the chakra points, which was brilliant, and it really it has helped me on very surprising levels. One massive thing is that I would say maybe about 2 weeks after wanding, I didn't want any alcohol, and I love a drink, but it was like, no, don't want it, don't want it, don't want it. And that's still the case, which is extraordinary. I never ever thought that I would stop. So that is phenomenal. I mean, that wasn't even what I was hoping for or planning or anything. It's just kind of happened. So that's amazing. And I'm feeling a lot better. My skin's better. I've got more energy, sleep's better. Secondly, I had quite I don't know whether it's spiritual or what really, but I had a riding accident when I was about 8 or 9, and I was on a little pony and we went under a bridge and a train came, and this bloody little thing, it just took off and galloped back to the stable. This was in St Albans actually. And it couldn't get into the stables, but the only place it could stop was at in a field next door. So it came to a stop. I went over the top with my riding hat on. Long story short, had really, really bad concussion, went to hospital and probably sustained some kind of brain injury, that wasn't really sort of picked up. Anyway, I was wanding, literally this was about week 4 after the wand. I was wanding the top of my head because it's really comforting. And I had a flashback to the riding accident, and I could see it all in front of me. And then my higher self or intuition or whatever just said, just keep wanding that area between the 2 hemispheres. And I just started crying, kept wanding my head. And yeah, I really believe that has healed that riding accident, definitely.
Wow.
So that was pretty major. And it just showed me that not only does it work physically, kind of mentally, it works very much emotionally and spiritually with the past. So it helps the body release old emotions and trauma, basically. I mean, that was a trauma to the head. I also noticed lots of emotions coming up recently, a lot of anger to be released as well. So it has been phenomenal. I've also lost weight. I'm wanding my stomach regularly. So all that bread and cheese is disappearing. So that's good. So that's good. So I mean, yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I mean, I take it everywhere. Every time I travel, I take it. Talking about it to friends and family. My brother, who was poo-pooing it, saying, oh, it's just a hairdryer, has now bought one and actually taking it into his office to work on his staff. So that is phenomenal. So I mean, loads of great things.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you, Gina. And
you're welcome.
I love hearing all of that, and you're quite right about the emotional body. Absolutely, 100 million %. This quantum scalar energy frequency is working on every level. And you just reminded me, because my sister's also bought one. She's out tonight. She was going to come and do a testimonial, but again, her partner really poo-poos anything like this because it's too spiritual or holistic and all that. And since she's bought one, she's been doing his knee, and his knee feels better. And now he's begging it every night. Could you borrow you want? Could I borrow you want? It's always the partners, the male partners. They won't admit to it, but they can I have
No.
it? Now it's my turn.
That's so true. That's brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, my friend Jenny was meant to pop on tonight if she could get home in time. She's clearly not, but she's actually borrowed my wand to do her mother, who's in her 80s. She's done it twice. And apparently the neighbour, the male neighbour's been popping in as well to have his leg or something done, and he's instantly felt better. So she's just bought one. So she was going to try and pop on to do this testimony, but I don't think she's back in time. So thanks, guys. Elizabeth.
Yeah, hiya, girls.
Hiya. Where are you speaking from, lovely?
Lanark in Scotland.
Whoa.
Yeah, rather chilly. Hence the scarves. It's Baltic. Anyway.
So how have you been getting on with it, lovely?
I can't mind that lass's name, but I felt the same as the lass before there. I'd been watching, Gina. I'd seen you using it, and I'd been watching yourself and others using it. And I just knew deep down, I thought, I've got to have this. This has got to be part of the future. And I ordered one from yourself. And since I've got it, when I finally got it, I've been wanting my tummy. I had a really bad, years ago, I got a bad Helicobacter infection through work. And that left me with a weak stomach. And I've been wanting that since I got the wand. And it's been brilliant since. I have the odd, like last night I had a bad night, but it's only because I'd eaten something I shouldn't have. And this morning I wanted again, and I've been fine the day. Wow. So, and yeah, a lot of emotions coming up and a lot of thoughts that you think, where did that come from? You know, I thought I'd cleared that out and different things, you know, but I'm finding it amazing. Absolutely, I'd swear by it.
Yeah.
It's definitely medicine of the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Elizabeth.
So do you want me to say about Linda?
Yeah, your friend, we've got a lot of people who don't necessarily want to be on camera. So your friend Linda's just going to share a testimonial. We're not going to put her on camera.
No,
she doesn't want a testimonial, Linda.
I'm just quiet. I can't hear.
Basically, she come down to me, she was nagging me with her right knee. And I says, did you want me to give you a wanding? And she said, aye. So I wanded her knee for about 5 minutes. And it was fine that night. The pain was gone. And it lasted 2 or 3 days. And then it was away again. The pain was back. And it was that bad she couldn't even, she was struggling to climb stairs, stand up for a sitting position, get in and out of the car. She was wearing a strap, and I told her to get it off because it was stopping her blooming circulation. Yeah. So I wandered again for 10 minutes. And then I did it again the next day, and the pain's gone, and it's been gone for the last week. Wow. She just did another wanding tonight there. So and she's not been drinking the water. I've been making it for her husband. So it's just with the wand every now and again. Wow. You know, it's pain free.
When I get the money, I'll probably buy one.
So, fingers up, Linda.
Thumbs up, yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you should drink the water. But if you've got a result and you're not drinking the water, you know, that's amazing. Yeah. The water will definitely impact all of it. We say to some people, just drink the water. If it's too much for your body, or if you're detoxing too quickly, just do the water. You know, did you get any detox symptoms, Linda, at all? Any? No,
not a thing at all. No.
But just the pain gone. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great.
Aye, over the moon.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
The doctor says to me, I'll give you painkillers. I says, no, thank you. I don't take painkillers. She just looked at me.
Good
I says,
girl.
I'll talk to myself.
This is why we love this magic wand, because my dream would be to see, you know, every single human being come off.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
definitely, yeah.
This is the way we're going. This is why we want everybody on the planet to have one of these magic wands, and then no more. You know, we can heal. We can heal. Marlene, Queen Bee. Tell us your story, lovely. Thank
Okay,
you,
so
ladies, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
right, so I've got quite a few stories. I've got like people that people have bought ones from me as well. And so with my story particularly, obviously I'm a lady of a certain age, and I've had it, one of the first things was my feet. As I've got older, my feet have got a bit more rigid, so I can't get them down into shoes that I'd like to wear. So I've just given up, and I start to wear trainers and just wedges and stuff like that. So anyway, I've been winding my feet,
You
winding
can't
my
wear
hands.
wedges with that lovely outfit. I mean trainers.
I do.
Trainers
Not
well.
anymore. So I've been winding my feet, my hands, my head, and all the back of my spine and all of that. And I was feeling good, feeling rejuvenated. I've been drinking the water, still drinking the water as we speak and stuff. So I was going to a funeral, and this funeral was a red funeral. Everyone was supposed to wear red. This is what we do sometimes. So I've got this pair of red boots that I've had for about 4 years, but I've never worn them because they're so painful. And I gave them to my daughter to put on with about 3 pairs of socks to try and stretch them out for me. And I've just been looking at them. So anyway, this funeral come up, and I'm thinking, oh, I've got some red boots that I've never worn. And something just said, just go and try them on. So I put on a little pair of ankle socks, and my feet just slipped right into the boots.
Wow.
I could not believe it.
Wow.
I found my daughter and I says, you're not going to believe this, but my feet have slipped into these boots perfectly. So I put the other one on and I thought, and they actually felt comfortable. So I wore them to the funeral, and I had them on for about 8-9 hours that day, and I wore them all day. And for me, that's a miracle. It's a miracle because my feet just weren't, they just weren't dipping. They'd given up. I've abused them over the years, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's amazing.
So that's one of my stories. Another one of my stories, one of my friends bought a wand because, as Gina said, as soon as I saw the wand, I just knew intuitively that I was going to have it. I didn't do much research really. I just knew that this was going to work and this is what I've been looking for. So my friend bought one, and she's a woman of a certain age, and she used to do martial arts, and she was a black belt in karate and all of that, and she had a lot of groin injury. So at certain times a groin would pop out. I don't know what that means, but it sounds painful. All right. And she had this dull pain as well. Every day she'd get up, she'd have this dull pain, blah, 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 blah. So she's quite spiritual, and she's into the crystals and all of that. So she was sold before I even told her about it. So anyway, she bought one, she took it home, and she said she kind of blessed it and all of that. And she said she used it, she drank the water. I told her what to do. She drank the water, wanded the night, and drank some more water, went to bed, woke up the next morning, 7:30 in the morning, my phone goes. So I'm thinking, who's that? So I answer the phone, and she goes, Marlene. She whispers, she goes, Marlene. So I said, what's happening? What's up? Are you okay? And she says, Marlene, the pain's gone. I said, what? I go, oh, okay. She goes, I can't believe it. I've had this pain for like 15 years. And I've wandered once, and I woke up this morning and I walked to the bathroom and I realized no pain.
Wow.
She said no pain at all. And she's had this pain for 15 years. She's absolutely raving back. She goes, you're gonna have orders for days, because once I start telling my friends and family, it's all over.
Yeah.
And she's
That's amazing. And we're hearing this over and over and over.
Yeah. And another one of my friends, she bought one, and she's got a granddaughter who's 7. And when she was born, she had like about 4 or 5 operations. I'm not sure of the medical term of what she's got, but she's on the autistic spectrum. So she doesn't talk and stuff, but she, they sign and all of that, and she understands. So my friend bought a wand anyway, and I told her, try it on your granddaughter. So she said her granddaughter was a bit scared of the noise at first, but then she sort of calmed her down, and she wanded her feet, and she liked that, she said, and she wanded her head, and she loved that, and she wanted the back of her neck. And all the times when I've spoken to my friend, when she's with her granddaughter, it's always, Amina, 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 Amina. She's always shouting at me because Amina, she just doesn't sit still. She said she'd wandered her for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. She said after that, Amina sat still for 3 hours.
Wow.
She says, it might not sound a lot to you, but to me, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So yeah, so I said to her, you need to get your daughter to get one so she can have one with her all the time to one their granddaughter. But yeah, she's it's amazing. It's like everyone that I've spoken to about it, everyone that's used it, they've had instant results, Shakti, instant. And they can't believe it. They think, I'm not talking about it because it just might be a fluke. I said, no, it isn't. It's going to work.
I know, it's incredible. I still can't believe it. And like I've said before, you know, I didn't have sort of anything particularly wrong with me, so I didn't have anything to gauge it by. I was just listening to everyone else. But
yeah,
I'm going to just share like one of my testimonials tonight briefly, because my nails don't grow, right? I have nail extensions and things like that, and since all the jabs have come out, I've had less and less, and now I don't really like going to a nail technician unless I know they're not jabbed and all that stuff. So I've been letting my nails grow naturally, but my nails are getting strong and long.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't have nail extensions all the time. I'll go through 6 months without having them, and then I might have them over Christmas or a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My nails are growing, but the biggest one for me is I don't own the illness, but I've had ulcerative colitis, which is an autoimmune disease, and I've had that for 18 years. And about this time of year, every single year, I get a flare up. And very often I'm going away off to a hot country for the winter. But every single year I get a flare up, and it normally lasts about 6 months. The rest of the time I'm in remission, but for about 6 months. And I've noticed there's a cycle to this disease. And there's one point, which is the worst point, and it's usually towards kind of the beginning. It creeps on, but around the beginning of it, when it's getting into quite a flare up, I'm in a lot of pain and some bleeding, and it's quite painful. And that normally lasts about 3 or 4 weeks, and I have to really watch what I eat and everything. Well, do you know, I've just gone into flare up. I think it was all the alcohol I drank in Cyprus and the whole British gas shit show, you know, when the police broke in. You all know about that. So that kind of was quite stressful. Anyway, I've been slowly coming to flare up. I went into flare with the pain. Well, do you know, this is the first time ever in 18 years, the pain I had for 3 days, and it subsided. Now, I have never known that before. I've never known a flare up to flare and then reduce so quickly. And interestingly, I had been wanting my belly, because that's where, you know, it's more down the bottom of my colon, you know, where the ulcers and that come. So I'd been doing my belly, and it wasn't getting better. And then I went into this major flare, and I thought, I'm going to stop doing my belly, because if there's ulcers there and blood, I'm not going to do that area. So what I did, I just did my arms and my hands and my legs. I did everywhere else. And I'm telling you, the pain after 3 days went.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, I can't say that was the wand, but I don't know what else it was. And it's the first time ever.
Yeah,
also, the other thing is my energy goes. You see, when I get a flare up, my energy dips. And so for about 4 or 5 days, when I was in pain, I could hardly take the dog for a walk. I had to get the dog walker in all week. I was really quite tired. It went, honestly. I'm walking everywhere now for miles, and I've never known that. So you know, like, I can only think it's because of the wand, you know. Ladies, listen, I really appreciate you coming on. Share this with your friends and family. People love to see real people sharing their results. You know, we're not really allowed to start saying he said, she said, they said. We want to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for sharing this.
Can I just say something? Sorry, Shakti. Linda's saying, tell her about Tom. Tell her about Tom. I've been treating Linda's husband, Tom, and he was diagnosed a few years ago with pancreatic.
Sorry, lovely. Who's Tom?
Linda's husband.
My husband.
Hi, Tom.
And, he's not here with me, but hi. And Anyway, I'd been wanding him, right? And he had really bad pain in his right hand side, really bad. Anyway, that's gone. And I cut his hair for him, right? And he was really white haired. And I was up there cutting his hair the other day, and Linda says, I think his hair's getting darker. And I said, you know, I thought that myself. And then when I cut his hair, I lifted it up and I showed it to him, and it was darker. Oh, wow.
That is another one I'm hearing loads and loads and loads. My friend, her eyebrows went from grey back to brown, and I'm hearing loads of people say the same. Their hair colour is going back to its natural colour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Amazing.
There you are. Going to put all the hairdressers.
Yeah, exactly. You won't need any colouring.
I love it. I love it. So the magic wands are taking over the world. If anyone is interested, go to the person who shared this video with you or who told you about the wand. Go back to them. They will help you to buy one. There's also an amazing business opportunity in it as well, because we want to get this product out to as many people as possible, because these are the results it's getting. You can't make this up. And yeah, we're all very, very excited about the magic of this wand. And you know what's going to be interesting next is those skeptics, the husbands and the partners that are trying it. You know, once they start telling their friends, and their friends go, no, I don't do things like that, and then they'll be all using them as well.
They'll all be jumping on board.
Sorry?
They'll all be jumping on board.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have a wonderful rest of the night, ladies, and sharing your stories.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone. See you later. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.